done Boyle County postgame championship shows, but he's never done a live Zaxby's High School football preview show, and that's our good friend Matt Overing. Good evening, Matt. How are you?
Hey, Joe. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Appreciate you being in studio with us. This is different. Usually on Friday nights, you're heavily involved when Boyle County does the BCSN broadcast. Typically, you're involved in that. But with Boyle County on the road today, they're at Lexington Catholic, and then I don't think BCN's they're not even doing the game.
Yeah.
So you're here. I got to steal you, and it's an hour earlier. The show is typically at 6 to 7, but with the storms pushing all the games up from 6:30 or 7:30 to 6:30, now the show's an hour earlier. So everything is all discombobulated here. But we wouldn't have it any other way. We're so glad to have you on the show this morning. This SB's High School Football Preview Show is live here on Hometown Radio Network on Shakertown Fort Radio, as I call it. And this is a live show. You can be involved in the show. You can tweet at me at HTRJoe on Twitter. And we have to read your comments, concerns, questions, and vicious remarks live on the air at HTRJoe on Twitter. As always, for now 14 years, Zaxby's is the title sponsor of the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show. And I got there earlier today and picked up our meals. I got the boneless wings and things and nuclear sauce. Matt, what about you? What's your go from Zaxby's?
I love the boneless wings and things. I've been getting the sweet and spicy sauce.
Yeah, I've had it.
Mix it up now. They have a hot honey mustard.
They mean I would have honey mustard.
Well,
you just mean you've tried it now.
Right.
Honey mustard's
Yeah.
really good. But you're a mustard guy. You've had told me one time. And for those who listen to the morning show, you know I'm a huge mustard fan. You have this little miniature bottle here, this little toy miniature bottle at the beer store. You told me mustard's the worst condiment of all condiments. I remember you saying that.
Yep.
So what is it, the hot honey mustard?
Yeah, it's just different. The hot honey, anything is fantastic. And then you put mustard on.
Yeah.
It's hot honey relish. I really like it.
All right, so it doesn't matter as long as it's hot honey.
That's right.
So the man who said mustard's the worst condiment in the world, slapped me in the face, has said honey mustard the way it is. So that's high praise, I will say, for Matt. So go out there, go to Zaxby's and try out the honey mustard. You have friends as well who big fans of honey mustard. At HTRJoe and Twitter, in the show tonight. We are so back with the high school fantasy football draft. It is presented by Danville Office Equipment, the DOE High School Fantasy Football Draft, back for its 11th year, and we'll have that later on this evening as well. Lots of games in the forecast for tonight, but also weather in the forecast for tonight. So I wonder how many of these games get through. I think the 6:30 games are good. Once you start getting to 7:30 and 8, particularly Mercer County's game, which has got to be kicking off at 8 because they have a Hall of Fame dinner tonight, something like that. That's weather going to be iffy for that one, I think. But let's go over the games. Chronologically speaking, the first game that kicks off tonight actually kicks off at 50 minutes. We're not Lincoln County. Lincoln County is at West Jessamine. They have moved that game up to 6 o'clock tonight. So they're kicking off at 50 minutes there, which they can do that as like a 15-minute bus ride, 20-minute bus ride, whatever. So 6 o'clock, no problem. 6:30, right here on WHIR. You got Danville and Anderson County, 6:30 kickoff. You got Boyle County at Lexington Catholic for a 6:30 kickoff. So that'll be on Z105. 7:30 kickoff for Middlesboro at Garrett County. Well, that's a long trip for Middlesboro to make to potentially come, and I hope they get the game. That's where I'm going with this. Because they got a long trip to make to Garrett County. Hopefully weather stays away. 7:30 kickoff for that. We'll have that on hometownlive.net. Garrett County is at Casey County. 7:30 kickoff for that one. And then the other game on Hometown Radio Network tonight is going to be Atherton. Really Atherton team at Mercer County. Mention 8 o'clock kickoff for that. Now pregame coverage started around 7:30 on 99.5 FM WHBN. So the way show's going to work today, we have got Danville at Anderson County. We'll start there, game number 1. We'll do the high school fantasy football draft. We will come back Boyle County Lexington Catholic. I've got some thoughts on that. See if Matt's thoughts here my thoughts on Boyle. We got a lot to talk about. Again, at HTRJoe on Twitter. We'll have you right here on the show if you want to say something. Here, Johnson Radio at HTRJoe on Twitter. Right now it's 5:12. We are an hour and 18 minutes away from kickoff on Cameron Network. We're talking about Anderson County. Coming next, right here in the Zaxby's Football Show.
Big deals.
1, 2, 3. Oh, hi. Did you hear? Just got $1 I saved at my local Big Deals on the store. What? You have a ticket? Get on it. You'll love the selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with big deals at Hometown Live.
You get sauce. Dip, dunk, and drizzle with your choice of 12 different sauces with Zax sauce, tongue torch, and hot honey mustard. So if you want a whole lot of sauce, you need to find yourself a Zaxby's. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
It's 5:14. An hour and 15 away from kickoff, about 45 away from pregame shows kickoff here on week number 3 of the high school football season, which, are we still doing that dumb thing where we call the first games week 0? Is that still a thing?
I think so.
That's so dumb. Why?
It's the same way. I
don't
agree.
guess so. I mean, just because it's done that way doesn't mean it's not dumb.
Right.
It's the first game of the year. It's week 1.
Week 1.
All right, Matt, I need you to do something for me. I need you to pick 5 numbers between 1 and 69. Can you pick 5 numbers for me between 1 and 69?
7.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
27.
Okay.
34.
Okay.
55.
All right, I need a number 1 through 26 as well. All right, that is the official Zaxby's High School Football TV show Power Picks.
Oh, nice.
Because you know they're drawing for $1.7 billion tomorrow night.
You know, I don't play when it gets in billions.
Yeah.
999 million just doesn't do it.
Yeah, 1.7 billion we got for you. You know that you gotta go buy one now.
Well, not to.
Because what if you don't and these numbers somehow stick?
Yeah.
How bad you beat yourself up? 7, 11, 27, 34, 55, Powerball of 24. Even if like 5 white ball hits,
No.
you still get $1 million.
I think that.
And you be beating yourself up because you didn't play the numbers that you hit on the high school football preview show.
It's true.
So you got to do that. Make sure that you do that. Now, what are you doing if you win $1.7 billion?
I won't tell anyone, but there would be signs.
Yeah.
We'd have new cars. You know.
Me too. Like me too.
Yeah, maybe.
I said
you helped me. You helped me pick these numbers, so yeah, absolutely.
I said my thing about winning the lottery has always been I don't want to win necessarily because that's too much pressure. I want someone close enough that I know to win. Who they give me $1 million. Because like if I won 1.7, it's like $790 million lump sum for Texas.
Ooh.
I'd give 50 people I know $1 million. And I'd still have $700 million left over.
That's pretty decent.
I'd give 100 people $1 million. I'd still have $690 million left over.
Do you know 100 people that well? That's the thing.
They know me real well
Yeah.
if they know they have $1 million coming away.
It's true.
Yeah. I'd read you all press boxes of the area.
Yeah.
That'd be
Name
my-
them all after you?
That'd be my endowment.
Oh.
No. That'd be my endowment to all the schools. All right, Danville heads to Lawrenceburg tonight. That's where Gunner and Tim are going to be tonight. Danville and Anderson County. First time since 1996 that Danville and Anderson County have played. It's been 29 years since the last time these two teams have played, which is kind of shocking considering they're not real far away from each other. But there was a time where they would play at least once, if not 2 times in a season because they were in the same district in the 1980s. So they played a total of 14 times head-to-head. Out of those 14 times, 12 of those 14 came between the years of 1987 through 1996. The other 2, 1951 and 1952.
Wow.
So they 51-52. Then they played 12 times from 87 through 96, and now they haven't played since 1996 before tonight. 14 head-to-head matchups. Man, how many of them do you think Anderson County has won against Danville in 14 head-to-head matchups, knowing that Danville was probably pretty good every year they played from 87 to 96, and maybe not knowing a thing about the 50s, but knowing they played twice in the 50s.
I was going to say 2 Anderson can win both in the 50s. That'd be my guess.
Correct guess, but nowhere near being incorrect. Anderson County has never beaten Danville. They're 0-14 all time versus Danville, and most of those matchups handily defeated. They average beating Anderson County. Danville does by about a 45-13 score.
Ooh.
In those 14 matchups. There's also lots of great kind of small little connections between Anderson County and Danville. Of course, from 1985 to 1987, the coach of Anderson County was Sam Harp.
Of
Coach
course.
of Anderson County. He coached against Danville head-to-head twice when he was in Anderson County. Both of us were in the 87 season. Once the regular season, where Danville beat 41-7, and then they had to come again. They were in the same district, had to come back to Danville in the playoffs because they lost to Danville the regular season, and then Danville beat them 63-14 in the playoffs that year. That game was the last game that Coach Harp coached Anderson County. Danville beat them by 49 points, and then he took the Danville job the very next season and would end up at Danville there in the 1988 season. And then obviously, more recently, Mark Peach, who was Anderson County, came to Danville and took over for a couple years as well at Danville. Let's talk about this Anderson County offense. They led by Coach David Buchanan, one of my favorite coaches that I've ever got to know in this area. He was in Mercer County for a time. Just a great guy, great coach, better person, fun to talk to, awesome individual, and they are a very run-heavy offense there at Anderson County. And Coach Stonebreaker, talking with him at Anderson County, said they want to control the tempo of the game. They want to win time of possession. They want to shorten the game. And the stats show that in a pretty telling way. Through 2 games this year, Matt, Anderson County run the ball at a 76% clip, including last week. Now, they won this year. They lost to Washington County 21-14. This is the bet I've told. Coach Stonebreaker said the best Washington team they've had in a long time in Washington County. So, Anderson County was 21-14. Washington County, probably not that bad of a loss. But last week versus Grayson County, they beat Grayson County 33-7. They win it 80% of the time versus Grayson County. They do not want to throw it. They want to run it. And they want to control the clock, control the tempo, grind it out, and if they're in any sort of passing situation, probably not feeling real good themselves. Anderson County is not. And the interesting thing, when you think about Anderson County, the first thing that pops in your head is probably not the word speed.
Fair.
I mean, right? Like, if I say, tell me something that pops in your head when you think Anderson County football.
Yeah.
Is
not gonna
speed
be
the
speed.
speed
No.
word? You're probably thinking, I don't even know what I would think. I would think Mark Peach, the first thing that popped in my head, and probably some big old boys up front.
Yeah.
Speed's not the word I think. Coach Stonebreaker said to not let Anderson County fool you this year. That they have speed, and they have a lot more speed probably than what Anderson County would tell you that they have. And he says you can really see this on defense. And this is part of the game. Defense for Anderson County versus Danville's offense that I'm really interested in watching. When you see a David Buchanan team, you know defensively it's going to be a 4-4. Because he comes from that same line as French Chuck Smith, right, under run the 4-4 defense. Typically, that is defense. And Coach Buchanan, when I was on WHBN and I was interviewing Coach Buchanan every morning, same thing I did with Stonebreaker and Haddix, and I did with Buchanan. He would tell you 4-4 defense is essentially made to stop the run. You're filling gaps. That's what its bread and butter is. Stonebreaker said that this year, Anderson County is blitzing a lot more than usual in that kind of 4-4 family defense. And they're a lot more aggressive about getting in the backfield this year. That has led to a turnover for Anderson County. They forced 5 of them in 2 games. They've taken 2 of them back for touchdowns. And Stonebreaker also said, you come out, they speed. They're a phenomenal tackling team as well. That's the most interesting part about this. Stonebreaker said that among all the plays that Anderson County has run defensively this year, only 1 time has a team hit them for a play that went for more than 20 yards. So only 1 time they got for more than 20. Every other play, 20 yards or less. Now, when you think Danville football, big plays, opposite Anderson County, or at least what we'd think of Anderson County. Speed, get the ball in the flats, hand it off to a guy who makes 6 dudes miss, and then a play that should have been for 3 yards went for like 50 yards, and maybe he's finally tackled downfield, or he scores a touchdown. That's what that's what you think about. Get to the outside, use the speed, you're blowing the plays up and tin it deep. So it's interesting to see how that's going to play out. So I feel like it's a battle between what Danville has always been known for doing best, on top of the defense, going picking short plays for big yardage, versus an Anderson County team that doesn't give up big plays. So I'm like just from that aspect right there, and knowing the athleticism that Anderson County has, the thing you probably think of when you think Anderson County football. Stonebreaker mentioned last game they blocked a punt, and I think may have taken up a touchdown, but it was a defensive tackle that blocked it.
Wow.
Which is not like a guy that you think in there quickly and blocking a punt. So they've got athleticism, Anderson County does. So don't let that fool you. Now look at this game. I've kind of gone back and forth. I tend to think that this game tonight is going to be the toughest game for Danville up to this point. And I know that they beat Fairdale last week 12-10. I'm not saying that because they only won by 2 points last week, and this game is tougher that Danville's not going to win. That's what I'm saying. But like Anderson County, when you look at Coach Buchanan as the head coach, they are going to be very disciplined, and the track record with Coach Buchanan, the longer he stays at jobs, the better the team gets, and that's how good coach should be. It's not the way it always is. Sometimes coaches stay and teams either get worse or they plateau. First coach job at Paris, his 3rd year there was 1994, 10-3 in the quarterfinals. Mason County was Morris' 4th year. 3rd year, 4th Mason County, 4 finals. Mercer County, 3rd year, quarterfinals. So, again, the facts show the longer he's there, the more the teams are grasping what he's doing. He's a very disciplined coach. I think Stone's a very disciplined coach as well. So I'm interested to see, how this plays out between 2 very distant coaches. Defense, that Stonebreaker doesn't give up a whole lot of big plays. A Danville team, that thrives essentially thrives on the plays and using their speed and taking mutes and guys like that, and how that could happen. Now, here's what's at stake. I was looking at things that could or could not be dependent on who wins the game. Danville, if they win, 3-0 the first time since when, Matt? When's the last time Danville went 3-0? 21 is correct. Actually, 2021. Fist bump from Matt in the studio. That's also their last 3-game winning streak in 2021 season. So they won 3 in a row since they won 4 in a row in 2020 again. If Danville can hold Anderson County to 2 touchdowns or less, if it's an Anderson County team that wants to run out and doesn't have big scoring play, if they can hold Anderson County to 2 touchdowns or less, it'll be the first time that Danville let a team score 2 touchdowns or less in 3 straight games. Since when?
2019.
Close. 2018. Good guess. 2018. That would be the year after the state championship for Danville. If Danville were to win, Matt, it would be the first time since this year that Danville has beaten 2 5A schools the same season. Because they beat Fairdale last week. This would be Anderson. This is not Danville, 2 5 schools the same season. You were
18?
No, not 18. Actually, not as far back. In 2021.
Okay.
They beat North Hardin and beat Wood County in 2021. That's when the Danville team, record-wise, wasn't that bad. They were like 3. That was when they had Mari Brown at quarterback and Mari Braden. But some that kind of like slipped my. I realized they won games that year, that 2021 team. So Danville, Anderson County. It's a 6:30 kickoff. Gunner and Tim have the play-by-play call. You know, 3.9 FM. Yeah, HI Danville News Talk Sports. We'll step aside, come back. We have got the high school fantasy football draft presented by Danville Office Equipment coming your way next, right here on the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show. Don't go anywhere.
Free trial is 7 days. If customer does not cancel prior to the end of a trial period, fees will apply.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Open Phone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Open Phone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience to... Need to take calls on the go? Open Phone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Open Phone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Open Phone. Open Phone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Open Phone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
Great! See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrisburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch.
Hey, it's your liberty-loving Latino amigo, Rich Valdez, host of America at Night. Weeknights, we're letting you know what's happening live all across America. We'll have newsmakers and experts coming on talking about the hot topics of the day. Plus, in our third hour, whatever you want to talk about with open phones across America, our nightly town hall. I look forward to hearing from you on the next America at Night with me, Rich Valdez.
Tune in tonight, midnight to 3 on WHIR.
Hey, if you believe conservative is not a bad word, join other enlightened listeners and me, Sean Hannity, weekdays at 3 on AM 1230 WHIR.
Good evening. Welcome to week number 1 of year number 11 of the high school fantasy football draft. And the boys are so back. Radio Rick is in studio with us. Rick, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Good evening, all.
Good evening to you. Team Matt. Matt Overeem's in studio. We'll just affectionately this year call him Team Matt. How you doing, Matt?
Hey, Joe. I'm good.
Yeah, appreciate you being on here this evening. We've got Mr. Packett. Good evening, Mr. Packett. How are you?
Good evening.
Yeah.
I'm good. How about you guys?
I'm doing great. Appreciate you being on. We've got Team Harrodsburg Mercer County Tourist Commission, who is on bye this week. He can't be here with us this week, and so got to have somebody on bye as it is, so we have him on bye. And I'm in studio with us as well. Excited about this being year number 11. If you want to quickly revisit last year, who remembers who the champion was last year?
I do. It was you, Joe.
It was indeed me. Who remembers who the champion was the year before that?
I do. It was you, Joe.
First back-to-back ever.
Come on, stop it.
I almost this year feel probably as unprepared as I have ever felt going into a fantasy draft year. I don't know. I think the fact that Boyle County's offense is a little more spread out now instead of just picking either Tavy and Maury. Those are the two. Now it's just like, who do you go with? They've been such a power for such a long time, so I just feel like, I don't know, maybe it's more spread out this year than ever before based on who we're going to pick. All right, draft order will look like this in week 1. We'll go, Radio Rick will pick first. Matt will pick second.
Yes.
Mr. Packett will pick third, and since I was the champion last year, I will pick last, and that's how we'll do this. I've sent you all the rosters. As far as I know, that's what they look like. If you see someone that you feel like needs to be on there, I say pick them, go for it, whatever. You know, we just kind of make up the rules on the fly. And new to 2025, a brand new sponsor, the Danville Office Equipment High School Fantasy Football Draft. Since I won the championship last year, I'll do the honors. It's brought to you by Danville Office Equipment, DOE.
Why buy at Danville Office Equipment? You will save up to 60% off the MSP on the items you use in your office every day. DOE will ship your order free of charge within 75 miles of any of our locations. We have over 30,000 items, including office supplies, furniture, printing, copiers, printers, fax machines, computers, and business cards. This is owner Scott Bottoms. If you're not satisfied with your order, return it for full credit. We really appreciate your business. Danville Office Equipment, also in Somerset and Lebanon.
Thank you there, Scott. And with pick number 1 in week number 1, Radio Rick you're on the clock.
Baylor Murphy.
Baylor Murphy, Boyle County's quarterback, going against Lexington Catholic tonight. You got Baylor Murphy in 1-1. Matt, what are you doing? Were you pulling out who you want to pick?
What's this? I got notes.
Now, that's fine. You can have no. We just said, remember, you can't look on the phone.
Right,
you didn't say you couldn't write stuff down. I mean, you can have notes, draft notes if you want.
What's wrong with that? Right.
I don't have any problems with it, but you just pulled it out. It was like the size of a CVS receipt.
Looks like
you just pulled out
roll
this
of toilet paper in your package.
You pulled out this scroll out of his pocket.
Anyways.
Go ahead. Who do you have?
I'm going to take Javion Moe.
Yeah, it's Mukes.
Mukes.
Javion
Mukes.
That's who I would have gone with 1-1, and I think simply because of just the volume that he gets. Danville's handed the ball off 33 times this year. 25 of them have gone to Mukes. He's scored 6 touchdowns in 2 games. Javion Mukes, been a long time, I feel like, since we picked a Danville player that high. Javion Mukes goes to Matt. Mr. P, who do you got?
Jaden Smith-Heisel.
Yeah, Jaden Smith-Heisel got 20 carries last week against LCA. Again, good high-volume guy. Jaden Smith-Heisel is off the board. All right, get back-to-back. Give me Garrett County quarterback Justin Parsons in my quarterback spot. He's become valuable. He's I think ran for a couple of touchdowns and threw a couple last week versus Lawrence County. I want Justin Parsons going against Middlesboro. I feel like the offense goes through him. Give me Justin Parsons. I also feel like that's rare. A Garrett quarterback being picked that high. It was always... Give me the Garrett running backs in the past. Justin Parsons. Also give me Lincoln County running back Damon Spiegel. He ran for 126 and 3 touchdowns last week. I'm going to take Damon Spiegel in my RB1 spot, and it goes back to Mr. P. Who you got? While we wait, I've got a question for us to ponder. How much money would someone have to give you for you to do CPR on a raccoon?
Me? Mouth to mouth?
No, chest compressions.
Oh, on a raccoon? I mean, is it in danger? Do I love this raccoon?
Have you heard the story?
No.
There's this nurse in eastern Kentucky who finds this raccoon that's eaten a bunch of old peaches. And the peaches were old, they were fermented, so the raccoon was drunk. And it was legitimately passed out. And this nurse is doing chest compressions to bring this raccoon back to life.
Yeah.
Do you think that you would... This nurse did it for no money.
Yeah.
But I guess the nurse instincts kicked in. Let's save the raccoon's life. Matt, what about you? You work in healthcare now. What do you think about would you do that for a raccoon?
If the raccoon's, like, in my yard, the kids see it, and it's like, save the raccoon, then I would, you know? But, like... But if somebody, like, on the side of the road's like, stop, save this raccoon, I'd be like, $100, lady.
My first thought is if I see a raccoon on its back with his legs up in the air,
dead.
It's dead.
Right.
There's not a single thought in my mind that's let's give it chest compressions to see if we can bring the raccoon back to life.
No.
So there's no amount of money because I'm automatically assuming it's a goner.
Dead.
Mr. Packett, you're a nurse. Do your nurse instincts kick in?
There is not a chance in France I'm giving a raccoon chest compression.
All right.
That old trash panda is, listen, they are a nuisance. They are.
Yeah, and that's another thing. To me,
other animals' eggs.
They're kind of nasty.
Sorry, he shouldn't have done that.
Raccoons and possums, kind of both nasty nighttime creatures.
Raccoons are okay. They're cute.
So you're saying there's a chance?
No, I didn't say that. I just said they're cuter than possums. Possums are ugly.
So out of any of us, Radio Rick may be the one to save the raccoon's life because at least they're cute.
There you go.
I didn't think Rick would be the one out of us four. Be the one that say, let's save the raccoon.
Get him a shirt.
Honestly, though, I'm just going to say, like, they're vicious. Like, what if you start compressing that thing and he jumps up and grabs a hold of your neck?
Yeah, and that's another thing. Who's to say this raccoon isn't just going to snap back into it, and he doesn't know that you're giving it chest compressions to save its life because it's an animal.
We don't know that, you know, are raccoons angry drunks, you know?
All right, Mr. Packett, we've settled that. Who do you got?
Tucker Foster.
All right, Tucker Foster is the Lincoln County quarterback. Matt, you're up. 1 pick.
Daryl Yancey.
Yeah, Daryl Yancey. Radio Rick, you're up. 2 picks.
I'll take Bubby McPherson.
All right.
And I will take Trendon Sellers.
Oh, yeah, good pick. You never know what Trendon's going to do. Could get you some points with a kickoff return for a touchdown. He had 4 catches, I think, last week. So he's a dual threat. Had an interception, I think, in first week. You get points from that, too. So Trendon Sellers is off the board. Team Matt, you're up. 1 pick.
R.J. Blair.
Oh, yeah. 11 catches last week for R.J. Blair. Has that ever happened in the history of Garrett County football?
For a running back, too, very valuable.
So he's going in your flex now.
Ultimate flex guy.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I was hoping you wouldn't pick him. R.J. Blair off the board. Mr. P, you're up.
Give me Jaden Saylor.
Jaden Saylor is off the board. I get back-to-back picks. This guy's got 4,700 D1 offers. Every single school wants him to play for him. He could probably go play for the Cowboys right now because that's how good he is. Talking about Seneca Driver.
Oh.
Seneca Driver's off the board. And along with Seneca Driver, how about you give me, I don't know how well things are going to go for Mercer County tonight. Atherton's very good.
But if somebody's going to tote the rock,
it's going to be Cohen Sanford.
Yep.
So I'm going to take Cohen Sanford. I was talking with someone close to Mercer County Athletics a couple of weeks ago. He said that they had a real tough time finding opponents this year.
Interesting.
That people just didn't want to play them, which is why their schedule is so difficult.
Yeah.
Right? You know who else nobody wants to play? Atherton, who's really good. Campbellsville, who's been really good the last couple of years in 1A, right? So they scheduled a bunch of teams that also no one else wanted to play. I think they got Ballard coming up, too.
Yeesh.
So it's a tough schedule for Mercer County. Give me Cohen Sanford, RB2 spot. Mr. P, one pick. Who you got?
Yes, sir. I'm going to take Mark Clements, running back, Casey County.
I forgot to put Casey players on here. Okay, I forgot all about Casey. We'll have to add them on the roster for next week. Mark Clements?
Yes, sir.
Who they play? They're playing Adair County. That would have been the Stonebreaker Bowl. But Stoney would have been at Adair had he not been at Danville.
Wow.
Because that's where he was last year. It would have been Adair versus Casey.
Wow.
The Stony Bowl. All right, Matt, one pick.
Bryce Bob Floyd.
Bryce Bob Floyd. I want to ask our Danville play-by-play guy, Gunner, if he's any kin to Bryce, because they're both last names Floyd. Gunner Floyd, remember Gunner Floyd, Casey County receiver?
Of course, yeah.
He does our play-by-play now for Danville football, doing a good job.
Great PPR guy.
Yeah, was an awesome PPR, point per reception guy. Is he kin to Bob Floyd? Maybe, who knows? Bryce Bob Floyd will go in your wide receiver spot. Ready, Rick, back-to-back.
I'll take the Boyle defense.
First defense off the board.
And let me take Lucas Witt.
Lucas Witt, Garrett County running back. Matt, back to you.
Give me Jakeem Ray.
All right, Jakeem Ray. Mr. Packett, back to you. One pick.
Gavin Baker.
All right, Gavin Baker. What is he,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Packett?
He's a football player and a touchdown maker.
Yes, he is. Gavin Baker, the touchdown maker, is what I was looking for. Gavin Baker is off the board. I got to find him on my list.
He's not. Is
he Casey County?
Nope, he plays for Garrett County as a receiver. He caught 3 passes for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns last week against Lawrence.
And he's not on here?
You got one receiver.
Yeah.
No, you got 2 receivers.
I think Packett should make the list next week.
Mr. Packett is
What if
taking...
I've just picked random people for years and it's time I'm coming for your head?
What's his name again?
Gavin Baker.
Gavin Baker.
Gav Baker.
Junior, number 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. He's a junior. He knows his family tree. All right, Gavin Baker, Jr. is off the board. I get back-to-back picks. You know, last year we had this guy on our fantasy list, played for Anderson County, Hudson DeMargo. But this year, he's Hudson DeGarmo.
Name change.
I think we had it wrong last year because I talked with Coach Buchanan earlier this week, and I called him DeGarmo, and he didn't correct me, unless he's just being a nice guy. Hudson DeGarmo. Give me Anderson County's running back in my flex.
Coach Buchanan is really nice, and he probably wouldn't unless it was egregious.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going Hudson DeGarmo in my flex. And give me Ashton Drakeford. How's he still on the board? Give him wide receiver number 2, Ashton Drakeford. I got Seneca Driver and Ashton Drakeford.
See, that's the thing. Like with Boyle, they got 4 wide receivers legitimate that could, score 2 touchdowns.
Well, they should only throw them to Seneca and Ashton tonight.
I disagree.
Mr. Packett, you're back up. Who are you going with now? Deep in the KC County roster, who you looking at?
Friends, calm down now. Let's see. I think I'm going to have to just take a defense, probably. Lincoln defense says who I'll take.
All right, Lincoln County defense off the board. Matt.
Garrett County defense.
Garrett County defense taking on the Larry Francaise. Off the board, Radio Rick, back-to-back.
I'll take Grant Klosterman.
Okay.
All right, I'll take him. You're going to leave him. I'll take Kane Logan.
See? I mean...
Yeah.
A lot of Boyle County receivers.
Yep, they're spreading it out.
There's one player that should have already been picked by now, and I just realized it. This is first week, not knowing what we're doing. Matt, you're up, and Mr. Pack is the only one that can pick him. He's the only one that has a flex left. Everyone else, and this guy's not a quarterback. I'm sorry, Rick has a flex left, too, so Rick and Mr. Packett are the two that could still draft this guy. Me and Matt are out on this guy, but somebody should have picked him. Matt, you're up now. Kicker or quarterback?
I will say Brody Baker, Lincoln County kicker.
Okay, Brody Baker.
The extra point maker.
Yeah, I was going to say the field goal maker.
I wonder if he's related to the Baker that's already been drafted.
Gavin.
Gavin's
from Garrett. Brody's from Lincoln. They're right next door. Maybe one brother moved somewhere, at
cousin.
Stanford, cousin.
Yeah, maybe.
I think they're related. As related as Gunner and Bob are.
Yeah.
Mr. Packett, you're up. One pick.
Tell him what he needs.
I was trying to sort through here and figure out who this fellow you said we should
tell him who he needs.
You know, flex and a kicker.
I'm going to go ahead and guess. Can I guess?
No, because I get to
you
pick.
don't want to guess because then
guess
he
now.
can get it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll take Reed Curlis.
Reed Curlis is off the board. That is not the one I'm thinking about, although it's not a bad selection. Reed Curlis, it goes to me back-to-back, and then we'll come back down the draft, and we'll be done. My kicker is going to be Sasha Wade. My defense, give me Danville. I've only given up 22 points in 2 games. I think the defense, and I get it, level of competition, a little bit lower, but the defense is a lot better this year. And you get the special teams points, too. Trendon Sellers. Do it for us tonight, Trendon. All right, I'm done. Mr. Packett, you're up.
Kicker is Blair for Garrett.
Blair.
You got
RJ
Blair, Johnson,
So are we
Butler.
going to have 2 spots for him?
Yes, we'll have 2 spots. Yeah, we have 2 spots. It's the Otani rule. You can't pick up spots as a special teams player points.
Respect.
And as a position player.
I think he took Blair.
He did. R.J. Blair. Matt, you're up. Quarterback.
Give me Henry Cooper.
Henry Cooper is Anderson County's quarterback. And Rick, flex. Who you got?
I'm trying to figure out who you were thinking.
Oh, if you don't get it. Boy. We're leaving him for Derek. I'm going to tell you who in my mind.
Well, you could tell me.
Telepathically speaking.
I've got it down to a Danville player or a Lincoln player. I will take Cash Smith.
Cash Smith is it. That's the player I was thinking of. Yeah, that's the player I was thinking of.
I was doing him or Walker.
Yeah, Cash should have been chosen a long time ago. I don't know how he fell this far.
He's fine. He rushed 3 times for 45 yards last week and caught.
How does he know this off the top of his head? Whoa, he's good.
He's done a lot of research.
Well, that's 3.7 points in the receptions and 4.5 points in the rushing yardage.
Can't ask for more as a flex, honestly.
Yeah, give me the flex
but
points.
Honestly, I will tell you all something. In the Death Valley Bowl, he carried it 10 times for 83 yards.
Oh.
This guy's a wizard. Mr. Packett, stat wizard.
No yards, though.
All right, teams look like this. Radio Rick will take on me. Radio Rick's got Baylor Murphy at quarterback, Bubby McPherson, Lucas Witt at running backs, Trendon Sellers, Kane Logan at wide receivers, Cash Smith is flex, Grant Klosterman is kicker, and the Rebel defense is his defense. Going against me, Justin Parsons at quarterback, Damon Spiegel, Cohen Sanford at running back, Seneca Driver, Ashton Drakeford at wide receivers. Hudson DeGarmo is my flex, Sasha Wade my kicker, Danville defense, and special teams. Matt, who do you think wins that matchup?
Eileen Joe.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Matt takes on Mr. Packett. Matt's got Henry Cooper at quarterback, Javian Mukes, Daryl Yancey in his backfield, Bob Floyd and Jakeem Ray as wide receivers, R.J. Blair is flex, Brody Baker, is kicker, and Garrett's defense is defense against Mr. Packett, who's got Tucker Foster, Jaden Smith-Heisel, Mark Clements, Jaden Saylor, Gavin Baker, Reed Curlis is flex, R.J. Blair is kicker, Lincoln County defense is defense.
Who do you like for that one, Joe?
Well, Mr. Packett picked a bunch of players I never heard of before, and they're apparently real good. So, just based on him doing research, I'm going to go.
You mean my scroll is not good enough for you for research?
Based on that, I'm going to go with you, Matt, because you picked me.
Yeah.
And the only reason he picked you is because he's coming up next to help you with the Zaxby's pregame show.
I got to keep my co-host happy.
We're going to pregame together.
You never invited me to come on there, so.
Mr. Packett, you can help me co-host next Friday. Come on down. We'll have you on next Friday. Go ahead, Mr. Packett. One last comment.
No, it's not good. I have to cut it out. Get on out of here.
Bye. More Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show is coming up on the Hometown Radio Network.
Big deals.
1, 2, 3. Oh, hi, Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with big deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Free trial is 7 days. If customer does not cancel prior to the end of a trial period, fees will apply.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Open Phone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Open Phone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Open Phone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Open Phone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Open Phone. Open Phone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Open Phone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. Openphone.com/TRY.
Speed Queen is sold exclusively at Carl Day's Danville hometown store on Houstonville Road.
Our Speed Queen machines, designed, built, and tested for longevity. Our machines are built from commercial-grade steel parts from top to bottom. Our machines are built better to last longer.
Speed Queen has a stainless steel tub with a lifetime warranty. Speed Queen's agitator has a 210-degree power stroke. Speed Queen's transmission has a 10-year limited warranty. Speed Queen, superb quality, incredible value.
Speed Queen is sold exclusively at Carl Day's Danville hometown store on Houstonville Road.
Great! See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here, great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrisburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch.
Zaxby's is more than just a humble chicken joint. It's a humble chicken joint with the best sauces in the world. See, at Zaxby's, you don't just get their famous hand-breaded chicken fingers, fried to golden perfection with that flavor you know and love. At Zaxby's, you get the sauce. Dip, dunk, and drizzle with your choice of 12 different sauces like Zax sauce, tongue torch, and hot honey mustard. So if you want a whole lot of sauce, you need to find yourself a Zaxby's. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
This is Steve Bertram. The Hometown Radio Network is your connection with local, state, and national sport. From daily sportscasts to live coverage of football, basketball, baseball, auto racing, and more, it's all on the Hometown Radio Network on WHIR FM and AM, WHBN FM and AM, Z105 WRNZ FM, and online at hometownlive.net. The Hometown Radio Network, your place to go for sports news and live broadcasts.
Hey, it is 5:53 in the evening. Matt said I started off the show saying morning, and he just let me go like a bumbling idiot.
People are used to that with you, Joe.
Yeah, what? The idiot? Which part?
The bumbling idiot? No. The morning in the evening.
I know, but like if you're listening, if you're just listening to the show for the first time and you don't know that I also do the morning show, then you're not used to it.
That's
you
true.
You just think that I'm being dumb.
I'll correct you next time.
Step in and correct me whenever you want, because I know you'll want to correct me now as we get on this next topic.
Yeah.
Boyle County and Lexington Catholic. So let's talk about this real quickly, Matt. We have about 5 minutes or so. So let me start off by saying this. I went to Danville, right? And a lot of people know that. And so, to me, I never gave much thought when I was in high school to Boyle County and Lexington Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I gave a lot of thought to Boyle County and Danville.
Right.
But I never gave much thought to Boyle County Lexington Catholic. Now that I'm older, and I have a son at Boyle County, right, I know this is going to sound cheesy, but it is what it is. It's true. I root for both teams. I think it's better for everybody when both teams win.
For sure.
Okay? But to me, the rivalry for Boyle County is Danville. And they aren't playing right now. So naturally, you got to find some sort of other rivalry to get you going. But this ain't it for me. Lexington Catholic just doesn't do it for me. And maybe I'm wrong this time around, Matt, but this has been my shtick, so to say, for the last couple of years. It's a rivalry that everyone wants to be a rivalry, but it just ain't.
You know, whenever they were in district together, a
lot more important then.
Right.
Yeah.
It was more important, and it was typically Boyle County and Lexington Catholic. They were the top two seeds. You were going to see them twice. You knew you were going to see them twice.
Yeah.
And that kind of fueled that rivalry because they were the top two seeds. You were going to see them in the playoffs. And I think you kind of hit the nail on the head, maybe unintentionally, but part of the reason why these two teams still play, Boyle County and Danville aren't.
Yeah.
This is rivalry week.
That's a good point. This would be rivalry week. So that's a valid point. But, I just feel like, so tonight's the 39th head-to-head matchup between these two schools. So 38 is what they played before tonight. Boyle County has won 24. Lexington Catholic has won 14, which, is still heavily in favor, but it's not like Lexington Catholic never won.
Right.
But, Matt, since 2017... which I hope Boyle County wins by, don't get me wrong, but not one of those for this game. Sure. Because since 2017, they've played 13 times. How many times Boyle County won? No, 12. 12-1 over the last 13 games. The one time Boyle County didn't win, they blew 3-touchdown lead in the fourth quarter. Right? And they played in the playoffs later on that year, and Boyle County beat them by 3 touchdowns. So I think we understand, even that year, I'll say fluke, because the Lexington Catholic won, but still Boyle County was a better team. In the last 13 games, Matt, between Boyle and Lexington, how many have been decided by 30 points or more? 8-13, 30 points or more. How many games has Boyle County scored 45 points or more in?
12.
8. Most of them are blowouts. More than half of them are blowouts. Yeah. More than half of Boyle County's putting up on 50. Look at 64 on them. Yeah. Right? So, again, I get that there's excitement just simply because Boyle and Danville don't play. And I totally get that. For Coach Hicks, this is it. He said earlier this week, Lexington Catholic and LCA are the two he considers rivals. And I get why I say that, because there is no Danville rivalry. But for me, you can ask me right now, without me crumbled his paper up and done no research whatsoever on this game, and you can ask me, Joe, who do you think's going to win Boyle County versus Lexington Catholic?
Yeah, what's your score prediction?
Well, if I did no research whatsoever, the answer is Boyle County. You say why? Yeah. Because they always win. They've won 12 of the last 13. They always beat them. Now, this is, I don't know, this Boyle County team, like the second half of last week's game, and like the first quarters of the year, they outscored their opponent 71-7. Right? They're up 21-0 on LCA, and suddenly some stuff happens in the second. I don't know what. LCA gets back in it. You had a fumble in the end zone for Boyle. They near the end zone. Down. It takes like a tackle at the 4-yard line. I was for Boyle County bang on and beat LCA last week. So maybe it's just the wrong Boyle County team. I think maybe not nearly as good as last year's team. Maybe Tavy Quisenberry, Maury Brown on the team. But I don't know. This is just one that I can't. I've never really gotten into it, and maybe it's just because I never. Again, when it was at its height, I wasn't really focused on it all that much. And over the last 10 years, it's been one-sided. When I do focus on it, it's like, well, I think who's going to win. But maybe tonight's the night that I'm wrong. What do you think?
You know, my thing is, if you have a rivalry for Boyle County right now, in Clay, who would it be? You probably, honestly,
yes,
the team that you would get up for the most
if
it was a regular season.
That game that I'd be like, all right.
Yeah. Like,
I'm
and you have no idea who's going to
win.
Right.
Yeah. So what do you think? Boyle County Lex Cath. Do you think that just the 14th matchup over the last, I don't know, 8 years or so, do you think this is the one Lexington Catholic wins?
It'll be interesting. I think Boyle County, I still like them more than Lexington Catholic for sure. Rebels tonight.
I got the Rebels.
Eileen Anderson. It's going to be.
Give me
There you go.
Titletown sweep tonight. All right, I've run over it long. First show, mistakes were made. We got back next Friday, East 11 Zaxby's, right here from the County Network on the Zaxby's Football Preview Show. We got Boyle County and Lexington Catholic, Danville, and Anderson County coming up next on the Hometown Radio Network.